Hello everybody. Let's get this all loaded up. There we go. Everybody has my permission just for like 10 seconds to spam chat a little bit because I'm just looks like my OBS chat box is delayed slightly, so I just want to see if it's actually going to start working. As it just doesn't show any of the messages prior to pressing the go live button, because I know there was a few people in there talking before it all went up. Oh, there we go. No, they are coming through. They are coming through. That's fine. I see Christopher, see Sorrows, Trip Knight, Wowzer, Gibbs, all the boys. Right, yeah, cool. Thank you very much, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday to you all. So, anybody unsure of what we are doing today, this is not an aerial related series at all. This is just the, well, kind of, I guess, I think it's the first, like, proper British series that we've had in the game, with Kevin Fwailer making a bunch of replica tracks for us. This is going to be round 1 today, and it's going to be at Hawkstone Park. A lot of you, even if you're not from the UK, will be familiar with Hawkstone Park, because we've had it a couple of times in-game already. But it's going to work, actually, whilst it's not aerial related, it works in the same format, where the track will release in 8 minutes from right now. I haven't downloaded the track yet. Let me do that ahead of time before the shop poos itself. Yeah, the track will release in 8 minutes from now, and then we get 30 minutes to practice the track, and then we do qualifying. The format is slightly different from an aerial national load, to the best of my knowledge. I believe it's the top 36 riders make it straight through to the motos, and then we are doing from 37th down to however many will be going to an LCQ to get the final 4. So there will be a full 40 rider gate. Hopefully the servers can hang on and do their best. But I want to treat this as more of like a fun series for me. I'll do as many rounds as I can, but I'm going to try and ride the Suzuki today. Apparently there's over 200 sign-ups in 450s, so it's actually going to be quite stacked. But yeah, I'll be treating it as more of like a fun time, just to chill and hang out with you guys, and it keeps the thumbs kind of warm, so I'm not just playing on Fridays for aerial. I get 1 extra day of practice in there. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. We have a scroll through. Chat was moving pretty damn quick. Yeah, British Championship now. If you want to sign up for this, you have, I think, 6 more minutes to do so. It's on my MXB. Like, it should still be registerable, sign-upable. Thank you very much for the kind words on the video earlier, Honda. I do appreciate it. Very, very mixed messages on that one. Whichever way people want to take it, I'm still happy with like the actual video, I guess, production quality. Like, it took a long time. It took a very long time. Just nothing but in for 4 days straight. Put in about 40 hours in total. I enjoyed making it. I think it was good. Hello, Rodak. Welcome. Yes, you're not the first person to mention about work being from the US, Rodak. Unfortunately, yeah, there is just the one series for this. It's not split up into EU and NA. I think mostly just because the series host, Selfie, is British himself, so he's hosting it as a British series as well. So it's going to be at whatever time suit the UK/European riders the most. Thank you very much, Gems. Thank you, Lucas, as well. I appreciate that. A mobility scooter class, if they did, I'd already be on it with my old age. Get me on them scooters, 100%. You could probably ride a mobility scooter around Hawkstone faster than I rode it in real life when I went anywhere. Hawkstone is a very, very fun track. I've only ridden it the one time, but I'm actually riding there in 2 weeks. So, not this weekend. The weekend after that, I am riding at Hawkstone Park. So this will be a nice little transition from game to real life. No, yeah, I don't want to kind of harp on about it throughout the entire stream, but I do think a lot of the very, very negative comments on today's videos are, firstly, people that haven't watched the entire video, as a lot of the things they say are kind of disproven in it. But the other thing is just like quite emotionally charged. Like, the amount of times and the amount of streams I'll sit here and just like hate on myself and call myself shit and this, that and the other. And the one time I make a video actually celebrating my achievements and I just get nothing but shit being called egotistical about it. And I feel like it's kind of the whole point of the video isn't even to glaze myself. It is to show the 2022 Supercross Championship, which is statistically a record-breaking championship, and it just happened to be me that done the records. Like, if I replaced the word I with the word Cam or the word Rax throughout that entire video, nobody would have any issue with the video whatsoever. I think it's purely just the fact that it's because I've made the documentary and I was the one that won it. It comes across in a different way, but it was never meant to. I had a fun time just going back and watching the old races, though. Like, I really, really do miss the game when it was in that era. The gameplay, to me, was just a lot more enjoyable. The community was so much less toxic than it is now. And it was just a chill time. It was a good nostalgia trip. I was glad to go back and watch them all again. There was a lot of things that I forgot. Yeah, it was good fun. Yes, I'm on the Banana right now, on the Suzuki. I'll give her a test ride, see how she goes throughout qualifying. I think I'm running just a generic CBS setup on it at the moment. I just thought I'd hop on and run a couple laps just to get used to it, since I've been riding the Yamaha a lot lately, so I'll probably just copy and paste this setup onto Hawkstone when it comes out in 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes from now. Reason so many MX tracks are named Park in the UK? I've got no idea, Greed. No clue. I'm on the MXGP right now because the track isn't out. Track comes out in 2 minutes. But yeah, glad people enjoyed it. Some other information about that video. The script that I wrote for it was over 11,000 words long. I've not written that much since I was in school. That chat is moving today. I need my eyes to lock in and try and keep up. I slept today from 11 AM until 5 PM because I didn't go to sleep at all last night. I stayed up editing the entire night. Well, again, I fear whatever I say, people are going to take it the wrong way. But in regards to, so for example, in that video, I call myself the most dominant rider in MX Bikes history. I think as long as you have an IQ that is above room temperature, you understand that it is referring to a historical statistic. It's like saying Jeremy McGrath is the king of Supercross, because he was. He's not now. He's not still competing to this day and dominating everybody. In the same way that Ricky Carmichael is the GOAT, because he was. He's not still competing and being the GOAT right now. It's the same as saying Jet dominated 2024 motocross. He's not right now, but he did. I think you just have to have somewhat of a more than room temperature IQ, and you can understand what the concept of the video was. Now, the only reason that it's annoying that it hasn't been as well received is just the amount of effort that went into it. But again, if people take 2 seconds to watch the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes, they'll see that it wasn't just an ego boost at all. I literally, in the first 5 minutes, give full props to riders like Skills, Tyler, and Cam for all of their accomplishments. And towards the end of the video as well, I say that I'm aware that the competition wasn't as stacked as it is nowadays. So again, giving people more props. But yeah, people leaving negative comments 20 minutes after the video release, and it's an hour-long video. So it's I know you didn't watch all of it, you fucker. Go back to TikTok if you just want brain rot shit. Oh, God. Yes, it was nice having different bike brands back in the day. I realised, I watched the video back earlier, and I realised the part where I paused on Anaheim 2... Password's out, should probably go and do the track. The part where I paused on Anaheim 2 and spotted and named off all the different bike brands, Aidan was actually on a Yamaha. He was not on a TM, but the point still stands. It was still a different bike brand, and we had 5 or so different bikes on the screen at one time. Did I actually not download it? Oh, hang on. Okay. I got to the page where you press the download button, so it's just going to take a minute for the track to download. Let me get the password. I was already put in the password. Thank you. Copy that. Oh, I think the like a modern day player that didn't play the game back then as well will probably look at the footage in that and be like, these guys are going so slow, like I could beat them, not realizing how wonky the bikes were. Oh, I didn't even need the password because I've just downloaded the track after the password's already released. Let's make a new folder. New folder 26 MX GB. Downloads, copy, paste. Load the game. Right. Yeah, the bikes were so wonky back then. So like just hitting a wall jump in Supercross, you had to be so careful because the bike would just go all wonky and you could crash really easily. Front tucks was super common. The traction was really bad. You'll see in quite a few clips, the traction actually looks good, but it's because the lean angle that you could achieve on the bike wasn't as sharp. So if I'm only leant over that far, I'm obviously going to get good traction. But if you was leant over as far as you can lean over today, you'd just be sliding all over the place. I think the scaling of the tracks was better back then as well. I feel like everything's quite overscaled these days. But then it's because the bikes were slower. So you didn't have to build jumps as big. Because the bikes wouldn't be able to get over the bigger jumps anyway. But I noticed a common theme is it seemed like a lot of the unhappy comments were from newer players. And a lot of the really positive comments I got were from people that were around back then as well. So there is kind of like a disconnect between player bases. Right, where are we spawning? I feel like I've never looked at a more British crowd of people in my entire life. Oh, I thought they was ballied up then for a second. They're not. They're just cold. That's because I thought it was just pictures of roadmen all balaclavaed up. Right, left here. We go. Right. The funny thing is, the people that are also hating, saying that it comes across as egotistical stuff, I guarantee you that they all enjoy a good Hayden Deegan vlog or interview. And that might ruffle some feathers saying that. Let's see what Mr. Fwailer, oh god, has cooked up for us then. I should somewhat be able to pick my way around the track, knowing the layout. It just depends where he's kind of put the rough. Downhill there, very rough, but again, in real life, you're basically tiptoeing. GoPro, if anybody's like never been to Hawkstone and you've just watched like videos and GoPros of it, the downhill that I just hit there, to the average rider, it is like walking pace. Like it is so steep. You tiptoe down that hill. It's only the really elite boys that can go down it at any kind of decent speed. In the track preview though, there was a couple of sections where I was quite surprised where it was so smooth. There's a tabletop just before you go under a bridge later on in the lap, and the run up to that tabletop and the face of the tabletop itself generally might be one of the roughest parts of track in the entirety of the UK. Like it gets so chopped out and rutted, but it looks completely smooth on here. Will I be at Fox Hills? Very unlikely. Very unlikely. To be fair, when it comes to watching motocross these days, I tend to just prefer watching it on TV anyway. You get to see all the track. Yeah, so it was... So here. So when I rode this in real life, from the point we got over this little roller, it was whooped out like crazy. And super long ruts all the way up this jump face, going from about here to the top. So I was, yeah, quite surprised to see that this was completely flat in-game. It's also more orangey than I expected. I don't know if it's just because I went when it was slightly wet, but it was quite like a greyish kind of dirt for me on the one time I went. Then I suppose it must have just been the weather, because most people that have made a Hawkstone in this game have given it that orangey kind of dirt. Oh, okay, we've got... I was about to say the most brain-dead thing. I was about to say, oh, we've got overjump on. Overjump crashes on. I'm in testing. So of course I've got overjump crashes on. I wonder if they're going to run them for the races. Oh, outside there's very good. Okay, so it's going to be worth kind of checking up at the top of the hill and trying to hook a hard right. Oh my goodness. All kinds of wonky. Far left there as well was pretty smooth. Is there any... Might be a slightly scumbaggy line close to the bows there on the left. It looked a little bit lower. Oh, oh, oh. Heard rumours of Deegan winning outdoors, what do I think? If he just had to beat one of the brothers, I think he'd have a lot better of a chance of doing one this year. But it's such a rare occasion that both Hunter and Chet have two bad races at the same time. Like, it's such an uphill battle. And to be fair, I usually would be like, yeah, you know what, it's your rookie season, you're coming third behind these two insane riders, that's really good. But it was just going into the season with the attitude and like the t-shirts and the shit talking where it's like, okay, you can't do that before you start racing, and now you're getting beaten, calling them the best riders in the world, and you're here to learn. You kind of, I feel like that's just sitting on the fence. I feel like you either need to stick with the attitude, or should have just been like humble from the very beginning. But yeah, he's not at the best time to move up to 450s when he's got to compete against them too. Oh, okay, little double around that inside there. Not sure how repeatable that's going to be. Quite techy at the top. I don't know if that's exactly how that rides. I can't remember. I mean, to be fair, in real life, I'm not going up there with anywhere near that kind of speed, so I guess I'm rolling at the top and not jumping. Keep going really far to the right as I step up that little hill there, and it's making the right-hander tight, and I need to stop doing that. I need to open it up more. I also need to stop going into this corner so fast. It's quite deceptive with the trees and the shadows. I wonder if any of these shadows are here on the low-quality version of the track. If they're not, like if they're not hard-baked onto the track, then low-quality version is just going to be very, very OP. Like, it's going to be so much easier to play. It's really hard to see the ruts and the bumps in the tree sections. No, and I'm not saying this to be combative at all with you, Rufio. But in terms of like picking a personality, I think when you're kind of doing what he's doing at the moment, where one week it's cocky and the next week it's humble, it almost seems like one of them is fake. Does that make sense? So it's like, are you cocky and then you're just trying to be nice because you've been beaten? Or are you actually nice and the cockiness is just all the persona? Boys, I don't know what the Entree Malherbe double is. I got no idea. Are you on about the one before where I stopped earlier? If so, it's because I'm checking out. I'm kind of reading chat at the same time. Which is another jump as well that... So I thought the run-up to that would be much rougher. Like in real life, the run-up to that big double was insane. I think I just like different kind of characters, so like with Lucas coming across for Thunder Valley, for example, he's younger than Deegan, but just listening to the interviews and watching him ride and just how he handled himself, like that's my preferred kind of person to watch. I just don't buy into the like WWE antics of it all. But I think it's just that's different audiences, different demographics. If you once I've learnt the lines here, I think it's going to be a really fast track. Yeah, I'm struggling to see where I'm going through these shadows. There you go. Oh my! That's very easy to overjump. Try a bit of inside action up here. Kind of narrows to the inside on the left there, but it's like that in real life. Don't think there's anything you can do about that. If I step to there, yeah, that is kind of repeatable. Kind of repeatable. How long we got? We got just under 18 minutes. There's a chance the sand mod might be in the bottom of the description of the stream. Other than that, I can't really help. I don't know like a direct link to it at all. I've had it for so long now. Yes, I'm very excited to watch that. Sasha and Lucas at Southwick. I think they both have a really good chance of winning. Oh, back inside now. Maybe I should just filter to the second right in that corner. It's just with how I exit this corner wide here, it's almost, it like sets me up for the inside. It's like that route starts early, so it's hard to get over to the middle. Hello, Mike. Tegan might get lapped at Southwick. No, Deegan's good in the sand. I don't think he'd get lapped at all. Which is, it's the interesting thing, because so if you just take the 450 class by itself, Lucas is insane in sand. I know the Lawrence brothers practice in sand. I've watched one of their vlogs before where they're at just, I don't know where they are, but it's just fully deep sand everywhere. Deegan's good in sand. So I still feel like the racing would be good. And me saying Deegan's good in sand is purely just basing it off of the couple of Southwick races over the years that I've watched. Yeah, I don't see him getting lapped anytime soon. Just back to the Suzuki for today. Just trying to have a bit more fun with this series, not take it too seriously at all. I don't feel like I've really learnt anything though so far around this track. I'm surprised that it's not sand traction. Like Hawkstone is very, very loamy. It's very deep as well. So yeah, very surprised that it's not sand traction everywhere. Anybody just had the same thought that I've just had? I'm very curious to know if this is going to give you cuts or not. Anybody going to be on the same wavelength as we jump down this hill? It rejoins onto the track at the end as well. I've only watched a handful of the 2 Pro 1 Slow podcasts. I haven't watched all of them. Yeah, the outside doesn't hold you as well as you think it does. I'm still trying to learn what lines I'm taking here. I'm very confused. Yeah, it's probably... Yeah, let me try it. Let me just... I'm going to run a lap and try that line down the hill and see if the lap counts. Hopefully I just don't go off the track everywhere else. I've started sitting down in corners a lot recently, and I don't know what's caused it. I feel like when I stand up, my back end's sliding a lot more. So the sitting down does help me feel planted initially, but it can mess you up at the same time. The bike does not want to turn to the right there, as it's uphill and off camber. Right, so let's take a scumbag line. And we'll see if the lap counts. Do have to keep it on track for the rest of the lap load just to make sure. Uh-oh. I wonder if these are still going to be rollers when I go in 2 weeks' time, or if they're going to put it back to a tabletop like it used to be. Tabletop was kind of arse though, to be fair. It was at an angle, so you'd have ruts going up the face of it whilst you're turning at the same time. Right, did the lap count? No, that's good. Is it good? Actually, because the previous laps counted and I took that line on other laps. I'm not sure. There's no point in me taking it though, because I imagine it's something that they'll... Like, if it counts, I imagine it's something they'd keep an eye on for qualifying that you're probably not allowed to do. But for this version or the GP version, a bit too early to say right now, to be honest. I've only had it for 20 minutes. We'll see how it races. The downside with the way the GP version was built is you could like lowline every single jump, so end up being hard to pass on because people would like filter to the same part of the track everywhere. We'll see how this rides. I think this is going to be a track that's easier on a 250. I'll be honest with you, just with the way that the bikes are lighter, suspension works better. You have to go around the corners easier as well. I imagine there's going to be quite a few 250 riders that will run a faster time in qualifying than me. Oh my goodness. Sliding all over the place. Yeah, the finish is, well, it's not straight away, it's kind of like it's on a corner. I don't know why they've got it there, personally. It would make sense to me if it was like on the tabletop before you go under the bridge. That's like the last jump of the lap. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that this is just me learning a track right now. And it's not going to be one of them days. Need to look for a smooth line through here as well. I've not found one yet. Oh my goodness. Like this jump here. I'm talking like, I'm surprised they don't do that in real life. I know that the finish on this track is exactly where it is in real life. This is the finish line here. Everyone just kind of like beelines it to the corner at the end of a race. You survive some very weird things on this game, don't you? No, I've not seen any recent Hurlin's video. This one looks easier than a JV version. Oh, I think this one's harder than a JV version right now. Just because the ruts don't seem to hold you quite as well, and the rough is less uniform. Like the rough's a lot more choppy and uneven, so it's easier to crash. I am rocking the Ken Roxon bike. I'm still wearing like an FXR gear though. Yeah, most UK, well, I say most. Seems like a lot of like the biggest UK tracks have chestnut fencing around all of it for some reason. I hate it, personally. I got no idea why they do it. No idea about new OEM bikes, no. The CRF 450 used to be really good. Like 3 years ago, it was a great bike. Now it's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I've never ridden a bike that feels so hard to turn whilst also feeling so wonky and loose. It's like the bike feels really, really short, so you can loop out in an instant, but then it also feels heavy, so it feels like you can't get it cranked over super easily. It's also down on power a bit compared to some of the other 450s. But yeah, I used to be a big CRF advocate. Like I've got... Did I win on it? I just know in one of the first MXGP seasons, I mained the Honda for a bit and done really, really well on it. But then whatever the next OEM update was after that, they just fully broke it. Not good. I should rock AHP suspension. I'll tell you what, if ever a suspension brand comes out that isn't just 3 letters suspension, I'll consider it. Because it's all very cookie cutter these days. And if you've got 100 different suspension brands all chasing the best setup, eventually everyone's going to converge on a general consensus of what good suspension values are. So then there's kind of no need, because there's no competing in it anymore. I saw a single picture of the Desmo 250. I think it was Vital put it on their Instagram page. Just going to spin a couple of laps here, just trying to get some comfortability and race pace going. I'm really struggling down this hill. Seems like the Suzuki front end is quite prone to sliding out from underneath me. Does that mean there's no... Is there no overjump collisions on this? Yeah, no, there is. I just thought I hit them braking bumps so hard I expected the bike to explode rather than me actually crashing. But I'm getting old, so hard to see where you're going down them hills where it's choppy. Just the camera's shaking. Uh-oh. What was... Okay. Hoping I don't get too many game freezes like that, that was weird. Yeah, I just had that game freeze like 10 seconds ago and now my frames have gone to shit. What just happened? Like, frames are really bad to the point where I'm struggling to play. Oh my god. I'm usually chilling on like 120 plus. Why is that so low? Is there just a shit ton of objects and people? I mean, there's a lot of trees. There's a hell of a lot of trees. You hate my bike out the start at Shopton? Listen, we don't ride the cheater bike for nothing. It's not going to make you feel any better at all, but legit, I got 2 whole shots on that day, and they are my first whole shots since I was on like an 85. So let me have it. Let me have my moment. I was soon relegated back to like the P5 or so, where I belong. You know, one thing that isn't nice about the VOG is, because it is so OP out the start gate, usually you end up in a position way higher than you actually belong in. And then you've got people that can actually ride motorbikes, aka a Yami 125, that is then all over your booty cheeks for a lap, just revving the shit out of it, and all you can hear is their bike because your own bike makes no noise. It's a little distracting. Oh my god. Yeah, my frames are shit. My frames are really, really bad. Don't really think there's anything I can do to fix it, to be honest. I might have to wait until after quali and maybe try and turn a graphics setting or two down. Hopefully it doesn't mess me up too much, but it's quite difficult because it feels like it gives you a slight input delay. Plus, it does help with me being quite overweight with getting whole shots, all that traction to the rear wheel. So this is qualifying actually starting now. I mean, there's 200 people signed up for 450s, so what are we going for here? Like a top 10 maybe? I'm not sure how to get down that hill at any kind of speed on this. I mean, whoever that just was there on the well, it's a Yamaha, it's got a Ducati model on it, behind me, hit exactly the same line and absolutely munched it. This might be just Suzuki things kind of do. I'm really struggling. And it's purely due to the FPS. I'm coming down some of these hills and I just feel like my controller's not doing what I'm inputting. Just like, I mean, I've ridden on the tracks before in the past that were quite framey and not very well optimised, so that's something that's going to have to be sorted out for the rest of the series. Because I will not be rocking up on a weekly basis competing if I can barely get around the track without it freezing. Maybe I will, in between qualifying and the races, go and download the low quality version of the track instead. Might do it now, actually. Got 20 minutes left to qualify, it's not the end of the world. I should be able to run a lap in like the last 10 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Close game. It's not very often I go and have to get a low quality version, but that's really bad. Yeah, and the fact that it's on the same part of the track, like back-to-back laps, it gives me a full-on freeze. Yeah, it's one particular object that is way too high quality. Right, tracks. 26, MXGB, Hawkstone Park, delete. Shop is going slow now though, so there's every chance I don't make it through this. Low quality is the same. Oh, cool. So I've just wasted probably 10 minutes of my time for no gain at all. Right, low quality. Have I ever raced a 250F? Are we talking in-game or IRL at this point? Yeah, yes to both, either way. Ah, see, Kean, this is what I'm trying to say. I much preferred the game 4 years ago, just the general pace of play. And it's not just a case of, like, slower players. It's the actual gameplay itself was slower, which I liked. It's like the scaling of the tracks was tamed down a bit. The bikes weren't as capable as they are now. I thought it was great. I think everything's, like, so big and overscaled and fast now. It's just 100 miles an hour all times. Right. British Group 2. We'll try again, see if it's any better. Well, I know that when I play Fagundes Varela, for example, which is an older Kevin Foyler track, the frames on that get a little bit funky. What's the hate on the new vid? I don't get it. People just see it as being like an egotistical self-glaze, even though it's just a documentary on a season that is still a record-breaking season. It's just that I was the one in it that they weren't happy with. Because I was making the video. If I made exactly the same video, but I was replaced with like Cam, let's say Cam had that record-breaking season 4 years ago, everyone would be fine with it. It's because it's a documentary on myself that people don't like. But the video wouldn't be able to exist because nobody else was live streaming and recording consistently 4 years ago. So if it wasn't me that had it, the video wouldn't be out in the first place. Yeah, I've been well, thank you, Marcus. Hope you're good too. Let's see if we get another freeze frame on that same bit of the track again. Still pretty framey coming down that hill. It's crazy the difference in the norms between the high and low quality version of the track. Like the bumps and the ruts don't look as deep on this version, which I don't know if that's helpful or not. Right, it's this part of the track here. Nope, exactly the same freeze frame there, going into that right-hander. I mean, is it... what is it? Is this fucking quad here or something? Like... no idea. That's horrible, though. I'm going to have to check up very, very hard in that section. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep blowing over the corner. Oh, completely missed that rut. Yeah, honestly, the frames are horrific. Don't want to be Mr. Negative Nelly, because like, the track was fun in testing, but get a handful of people on a server and it's not that enjoyable. Didn't get the hard freeze that time though, just got the consistent dookie frames around the entire track. Yeah, you'll find 90% of the really fast guys all play on low quality versions of the tracks. It does give you a slight competitive advantage. I don't think they even do it for that reason, to be honest. But even if it's just a case of like saving FPS, which will help as well if they all run low quality. The only reason I ever run high is to try and make the streams look better. But I know full well that it does hinder me, even if it's like a very minute amount. This Suzuki kind of sucks ass. My frames are, generally, they might be worse than they were on the high quality version around the whole track. I'm flickering between 50 and 70 right now. You can't really test these kind of frame drops before a track comes out, to be honest. You'd have to somehow find like 30 trusted people that won't ever share a track anywhere. Because in testing, I don't think I had any frame drops at all. It's only once we joined the server. Oh, slap's not going to count now, is it? I'm going to carry it on anyway, just to get a little bit more flow going. But at this rate, I might be going to the LCQ. There's a very high possibility that I switch away from the Suzuki before the races. It's not holding up very well in a lot of these rough sections. It's holding up incredibly poorly in a lot of these rough sections. I think this lap's going to be like 4 seconds slower than... Oh, 5 seconds slower. 5 seconds slower. Where do I gain 5 seconds on that lap that I just done? Yeah, I might end up going to the LCQ. Oh my god. That was kind of sick, but not at the same time. I would not take this weekend's MXGP results for anything. Like, that track was absolutely horrific. I watched a qualifying race on Saturday, and just nobody was able to pass anybody. It was just roadblock central. Yeah, this thing actually handles like dog shit. I thought it would be much better than this. I've never wanted to leave and rejoin on a different bike more than I am just like right now. Wonder if that's gonna cause my lap to not count. I can't fucking see where the ruts are. Oh my god. How many people are in this qualifying server? I feel like I can't get away from anybody. Barboso, fix an issue? No, 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 he wouldn't do that. I think what I've accidentally done over the last couple of weeks is where I've now finally given in and gone to riding the Yamaha all the time. You forget how bad the other bikes are in comparison to it. Whereas before I was like so anti-Yamaha, I forced myself to ride things and was actually better. And now I've started riding the Yamaha all the time. I've lost any ability to ride anything that isn't the Yamaha. Part of me was tempted to ride the TM for this rather than the Suzuki, but I can't imagine what that TM suspension would be like over all these choppy bumps. Every single time I go into that corner, my back end almost comes around on me and I'm barely even turning. Yeah, I'm gonna scrap off the Suzuki for the races. This thing hot ass. Hot garbage. Has the server died? Because I haven't seen anybody in a while. Unless they're all just restarting at the start of the lap. I gained 0.2. Oh my god, I didn't even change positions. Try a random SPX base setup. There you go. See how this goes. This might be the best advertisement SPX has ever had if this lap is suddenly a burner. Earring's definitely longer. There's a big old bank in that corner in real life. I don't know why it's so flat in this. It would catch me from all the mistakes that I'm making in the rollers. Nope. Will I play sim again? Yeah, probably one day. No desire to try qualifying for outdoors though when people have an entire day to grind the track. Not my thing. Whoever, I knew that was a Yamaha behind me by how quickly he was gaining on me. I could hear him catching me like by multiple bike lengths on that straight. That's... I mean, the OEM team, they do a lot. Like, I hate on them too much. I know they've been a bit absent for a while now. But the last OEM update we had was all of the race mapping stuff to make other bikes more comp. How am I getting out dragged in a straight line by that much? Like, how is that in any way comp? This thing's kind of ass. I do see a world where I go to the LCQ here, you know. I've only got a minute and a half left. I've got a 120 rear tyre on. Why can I not stay in a pretty damn big rut? It's sliding before... Okay. I've actually been nerfed by the Yamaha so much. Like, the way the Yamaha grips and everything, it's just so superior. I think I'd probably be qualifying better on the 2-stroke right now than I am on this. Yeah, I wish you could just have one dyno across all bikes. But that is not the OEM vision, unfortunately. I mean, from a casual community standpoint, there's no need. Everything all the same, like, it's good for differentiation. But it's the comp side that would be nice. But then, at the same time... Hang on. Trying to bloody concentrate, and I got Linda trying to talk to the cat outside my door, as if that's helpful. Right. Yeah, probably LCQ. Probably LCQ, but I am going to get off of that Suzuki straight away. Alright. Let me just see if it feels any better. That's like, take the cat into the room and play with it there. Like, why are you playing with it on the landing outside of my room? When I've said I'm streaming. Like, shut up. Unfortunately, that now does mean it's going to get disgustingly warm in here. They got up to 29 degrees on Friday. Yeah, you on about the video with the kid on the BMX block? If so, yes, it's in that. Does anybody know what my lap time was? I generally wasn't looking. I was just looking at the gap to the front rather than my actual time, just to see if I'm able to beat it on the Yami. 51. I don't think it was as fast as a 51. I think it was like a tractor now compared to the Suzuki. That front end didn't just instantly twitch going into that corner like the Suzuki did every lap. Fuck's sake. Have they changed this corner in real life? Like, there is a massive bank on this corner. $52.3, okay. Give it a couple attempts until I have to go to the LCQ. Keep blowing over that same corner, but it's because I'm trying to double out of the rollers at the end. I can't even stay on the track at the moment. I keep finding myself jumping into bales. What's... other than like the norms on the track, is there much difference then in this low quality and high quality? Because visually it all looks the same with the objects. Yeah, I think my thumbs are broken. Yeah, like that corner I just crashed on. Oh, that's so easy just to jump into it. I just keep getting into it and exploding. Guess I'm going inside. Oh my god. We'll see. Now I don't even think it's a Suzuki, I think I'm just having a bad bike step. Excuse me. Don't feel like I'm like getting held by any of the ruts. I think my subscription might have run out because I feel like I'm playing like absolute shit. That subscription. I mean, that lap felt absolutely horrendous. And it was still 1.1 seconds quicker than my Suzuki lap time was. Qualified 21st, so I'm not going to the LCQ. I thought I was 10th in my group. That's how am I 21st? There was like 3 groups. I have no idea why I can't even follow a rut. I hope I race better than I qualified today. Jesus, this is not going off as I expected. But to be fair, it'll make the people that are unhappy with my video earlier today quite happy. So I can't turn over any of this chop. BP in the LCQ? I'm pretty sure BP's got like 2 hours in the last 6 months game time played, so that's understandable. Struggling with my speed and angle on that little right-hand drop. It's quite important you get that right, so then you line yourself up nicely for the whole downhill afterwards. I don't feel like I'm going fast over them bumps. I don't know what I'm doing or what the order is tonight. Selfie done an announcement saying that I'm commentating the LCQ, but I don't think I ever agreed to it, so I'll see if he messages me at some point or tells me where to go. I don't know if they're staggering stuff, if they're doing it all at the same time. No idea. I checked Discord like 2 minutes ago and there was no LCQ announcement. Unless it's literally happened now. Oh, there we go. Race alerts. Let me have a look. Who's in the LCQ for 450s? Fine. And who's in the LCQ for 250s? I don't know anybody. The only person that I know of did 250s is BP and Rocks. Relish, actually, Relish is in there as well. I thought Ollie got banned from everything. How's he in there competing? And riding incredibly slow when he had like suspiciously fast lap times before he got banned. Interesting. I'll win 250s. But I need to go and I need to open my door again. It's getting way too hot. I need to tell Linda just to stop playing with the cat just outside my room. Spectate. There we go. Yeah. Right, we're back. So oh my god. Real Jeremy McGrath. Confirmed. I've also noticed we have a duo in here of an Aiden and a Jake. So the twins have been reincarnated. It's people like my random. This is a pajama top, by the way. Like Linda was like, "Are you actually wearing that on stream?" I was like, "I don't give a fuck." Like, I'm not going on a date. I'm not here to impress anybody. How's McGrath able to do 50 to 60 races a week? That's my first time ever seeing him. Is he a grinder? Is he known?
Man, I think I shot my load too fast in this last turn.
I hope you enjoyed it, Ricardo. Is that a wild Mr. Chase MXB 406 that I see? I gotta keep it a buck. Love Fuelas to death, and his tracks are amazing 95% of the time. This is the 5%, however, that is not so great. The amount of roughness is great. They are so jagged low, it's a little insane. Kind of agree with you, Chase. Kind of agree, but I didn't want to give too strong an opinion on it, purely because I was 5 seconds off pace, so a lot of time it just comes across as a skill issue. But it's odd. It's odd. But then again, Hawkstone's a hard track in real life. Like, very, very hard. So, yeah, I don't know what angle to approach it from. Because I could try and just slow down, and then I wouldn't crash as much. But it's like, if I'm already 5 seconds off the top, do I want to be slowing down even more? Probably not. But thank you for the sub for the 3rd month in a row. Appreciate you. No idea what's going on with the FPS though. It's not as bad on a low quality one, but it does still have a big stutter. Where is it? Over here. So you hook right here, and just as I get to like this part of the track, I get a freeze frame. Now I don't know if that's me looking at something in the vicinity here, or if it's loading stuff off in the background as I get closer. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is a big old frame stutter. I mean, all these models look pretty damn low poly, so they shouldn't be causing any issues at all. Ambulance is pretty low poly. The bridge is very low poly. Yeah, there's nothing that like... nothing that immediately sticks out to me as being a cause for a lag spike. It's not like you're loading up, like if you're facing this way, you're not loading up a shit ton of track either. It's kind of like half and half. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, Vic. I'm noticing people watching the stream who, I mean, feel free to tell me you hate me, you're more than welcome to. Guessing the people that here that watch the live streams like me a bit more than the people that just comment on the videos on occasion. So I have noticed a common theme that people in here seem to actually like that video. And the people that aren't here have very strong opinions on it the other way around. Come to the start. I'll go to the start. What are we looking at? There you go. Just for you, Mr. Donnelly. BP's on 60 FPS with freezes. Lovely. I'm glad it's not just me. I was wondering if, like, with... So DaVinci Resolve is actually quite a hard program to run on your PC. Because I have no idea why, but like my PC's fans go wild when I'm editing. And I stayed up all night last night, so I must have been editing for a total of like 20 hours throughout the entire day. I did a full 24 hours awake. Had like little breaks here and there. But I turned the PC off, and it had been off for like for a good few hours before turning it on again to then go live and play this. So it had like a full reset. At first I thought, oh, maybe I've just fried my PC, but if other people are getting bad FPS as well, then it seems like it's a wider problem. I'm well, thank you, Patreon. I hope you're good. Hello, Christus. Evening to you. Happy Monday.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Oh, these are pretty high poly tractor tires we're looking at right here. And they're shiny as fuck. I don't know if like reflections have a big impact on FPS, maybe? Can I see that from where I'm turning? No, not really. Yeah, I think it's the title of the video that a lot of people dislike and have the biggest issue with. Because they'll comment without even watching it, saying like it's a big stroke to the ego. I've got two thoughts about it. The first one is, unfortunately, sometimes you do have to play the YouTube game. And if I just called it my 2022 Supercross season, I doubt people would even be interested. And the second one is, it's not actually clickbait. Because if you have a rider that dominated a Supercross season, that has the most amount of wins in a single Supercross season, that scored the most amount of points in a Supercross season, then they were the most dominant rider in history. So I don't think the title is misleading. But I'm not trying... Maybe they think that I'm still saying that now. It's like, history is history. It's like, I said this earlier, but you might not have been here. Jerry McGrath is the king of Supercross. He's not right now. He's not still competing. Like, Ricky Carmichael was/is the GOAT. But he's not competing. You beat Greg. Vic, if you want to swing a leg over a bike in 2022 on those things and try and beat Greg, then you feel free to do so, buddy. It's a completely different era. People that were around back then will understand, and people that weren't are the ones that seem to be annoyed by it. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that I was one that made the video and it's about me. It's like the video wouldn't exist if it wasn't about me, because... So let's say it was exactly the same about that 2022 season, and let's say I wasn't the one that did it, but instead it was like Greg or Boardman that did it. The video wouldn't be able to exist because the footage of them winning wouldn't have happened, because it was in a time where nobody consistently live streamed or like recorded all of their races. So yeah, unfortunately I can't change the fact that it was me that holds that record. You know, on the flip side, it's like in all these streams and all the races that I do, I'm always just saying, oh, I'm so shit, I'm not very good, like putting myself down. I'll never like sit here and glaze myself. And then the one time I do, everyone's really upset by it. Well, that's the thing as well in regards to your comment, Nizzy, is in the first couple of minutes of the video, I laid out that there's different kind of dominance and gave various people their props for their own dominance in different ways. So it's not like I'm saying I'm the best of all time. I'm saying in terms of what you define dominance as far as a single season or single championship of dominance goes, I am the most dominant person because I've won the most races in a single season. That's like, I give the relevant people their props they deserve. I say that the competition back then isn't as comp as it is now, and I show all of the stats to kind of back that up and prove it, and, you know, people kind of think with emotion rather than anything else. Oh, are we going? I think we are. We are indeed. Right. I think... Did it say this was like a 6-minute plus 1 lap race? I have got my... like bandwidth, I think, on high rather than extra high. So as I get to one end of the gate, people will disappear until I get to the other. There is a big old sea of KTMs here. We got Knockoff Jake. Where's Knockoff Aiden? Relish is here. Loyal viewer, Mr. Relish. Got Oles on the line. Got Knockoff Rider. Got Pizzle Pizzle. I don't see Aiden anywhere. Well, Knockoff Aiden. Somebody got a jump start, so I imagine we might get a little red flag. Oh yeah, I know that most people didn't watch the video before commenting and shit. I had comments on an ego boost when the video had been out 20 minutes and the video was an hour long. So they definitely didn't watch it to see all of the opinions and stuff at the end. Right. Here we are, first LCQ of the year here at Hawkstone Park, round 1 of the 2026 British Championship. We are watching the 250 class today. Both classes do go at the same time, but I thought it'd be nice to switch things up a little bit rather than me watching 450s all the time. So leading us around at the very, very start of this race, I believe we have Jake. Let me just quickly fast forward ahead to make sure we're not missing anybody. No, we're not. So we've got Jake in P1. We have got Rox up into P2. Mr. SBS Models, that's a little bit of a self-plug, in P3. Levi in 4th, JG in 5th. Is there a hotkey that I need to press? Like, see people's positions next to their names? There we go, it's all updating now. So, leading us through to start the first timed lap, we have Jake with 1 second over both Rox and Levi. Levi, did he just double that on a 250? That was pretty impressive, if so. Yeah, doubling around this turn with relative ease. We do have a lone Yamaha out on the field low with Jacob on the NL Designs machine, as they're all going to be trying to get that power down to the ground, going up the big old hill here at Hawkstone Park. Look at them absolutely barking. It's very fun going to Hawkstone in real life and watching the 125 riders trying to get up that hill as fast as possible. They are on complete full stop. I myself, you know, cheating on a VARG, I had a higher horsepower mapping that I would just change to as Oles eats absolute shit. Not a good debut for the SYS machine. No idea how he's managed to scumbag that ride. That is Austin Faulkner and Jordan Smith levels of scumbaggery. I'm kind of like silently rooting here for Jacob to get through. A little reminder, this is an LCQ, this is not a moto that we're watching right now. So this is just for a spot to get into the 2 motos. We have the top 4 going through from this. So anybody outside the top 4 will be going home. Early shower. Silent drive. Sitting next to the dad, not happy with their kid's performance. Then we've got 3 different Olivers in this race, so that's fun to keep track of. We have Ollie, we have Oles, and then we got Svain, who I think's name is Oliver Svain. Oh, Jeremy McGrath coming off the couch after all these years. On the Husky as well. One of only 3 people in this race, not on the KTM. We've got 1 Yamahas and 2 Huskies. Still a little bit of a fast forward, see things are switching up at the top of the field. We got JG and Mr. SPS Models going at it for second, but Rox on the TH Visual and SPX backed machine out to a pretty comfortable lead so far, a couple of seconds. I don't know if there's reset delay on in this series for the crashes. I'll have to try and pay attention to that if I see somebody go down. Oh, I've always had to time it perfectly. If there is no reset delay, then Rox can definitely afford 1 or 2 crashes without losing the lead. But he's going to carry on through with a lap lead under his belt. But it is getting very, very tight behind him. We've got Fonzo here in 5th spot, the first person to not be making it through to the motos. And he's just going to have to hope that these 3 riders right in front of him will get into it a little bit and make a mistake and go down. 1 second reset delay. Okay. That's pretty good. I know that aerial runs 3 seconds, so little quick penalty. I think we're probably going to stick onto the back of this, as these top 5 have put a decent 5-second gap between themselves and the rest of the field. So there's one person here is going to be the bridesmaid, and not the bride. One of these 4 people that you see on screen. Unless Rox has... Oh, they're actually closing in on Rox a little bit. He might have made 1 or 2 mistakes. But yeah, one of these 5 riders will be eliminated on not making it through to the motos. Well, it's getting very, very close. Fonzo outbraking himself a little bit there. Goes over the inside rut, spills over into the middle one. Luckily keeps her up on 2 wheels though. Everybody filtering into this tight inside line. Is anybody doubling out here at the end of the rollers, or are they playing it safe? Looks like they were playing it safe. It's kind of some half commitments there, as SBS will go down. Bike decides to ghost ride for a little bit, and he gets a bad spawn facing the completely wrong direction. This is going to allow Jacob to catch up behind him in the 6th position. The lone Yamaha, who we are rooting for, the People's Chap right here. He gets a little bit too steezy though. He is not channeling. Is in a Deegan. He will go down, eat in some absolute cheeks, and lose 2 more positions there to Mr. Jack P and Jake on the Shiju Productions bike. Unfortunately, with all that switching of positions, Mr. SBS Models is going to find his way down into P5, just outside of a transfer spot. And with these 4 looking to settle into a good pace in front of him and trying to pull away, he's going to have his work cut out for him. He's going to have to try and twist some grip and put the hammer down. As they go across the line here, we have got 2 laps remaining in this LCQ. I think we're rocking at about a 150 to 155 to like 2 minutes lap times, I would say, from these LCQ 250 boys. We did just have a rider go down, and that was Svein. And Jack P has been putting in a good push here these last 2 laps, working his way through the field. He is now in a very, very dangerous position. See if they both get this very steep downhill clean. Svein's going to hook a little bit too far to the right, although he does get hooked into that preferred rut. They both meet at the bottom of the hill. A little bit of rubbing his racing, but kept it clean until Svein cuts off Jack's front end in that next right-hander, taking him down, securing Svein that P4 position and that final transfer spot. A little bit of a battle going up on the 2 people ahead of him, but I don't imagine anybody doing anything silly and risking taking themselves down. Rock's able to pull out that 3-second gap again that he had earlier before making a mistake. Lots of people blowing this inside rut though, outbreaking themselves over all those choppy bumps. And the rut does look deceivingly deep, but some parts of it are quite shallow, so it's really easy for your wheels to slide up and out of it. There's Jacob doing exactly the same thing there. A little bit of netcode low, but I feel like people are in it, but the game shows them outside of it. W Beta 21 update, Baboso, love that from you. Loyal subscriber, Mr. Relish, he is back there in P12, the lead Husky. McGrath sitting back in 18th place. A couple of people getting some swaps through these rollers. Definitely a good idea to try and get your turning done early and then hitting them all in a straight line. So we've got B-Tech Ryder and B-Tech Jake going at it here. They are battling for, I think, about 8th place, something like that. There's been a lot of chopping and changing in the last sector, so the timing hasn't updated just yet. Let's go all the way back to the front low and do a quick rundown as Mr. Fonzo goes down. I think he's just dropped out of 2nd place. We'll see where he ends up. So Rox is going to take the white flag here, starting his last lap with a comfortable 5-second lead. JG, Josh Grant, maybe, who knows. P2. Jack isn't making moves in this LCQ though. He's come from decently far back and he now sees his way up into 3rd place. Don't mind a little podium result in the LCQ. And with that... Where is... Oh, there's SBS. With that mistake that SBS made earlier, he's now just outside looking in. Svein in that P4 spot again, going to have to try and defend his position. Where is Jack? Jack was here just now. There's Ryder, there's Jacob, there's PG. Oh, Fonzo, that's who I was looking for. Fonzo is the man that crashed out of 2nd place. He is now all the way back in 6th by the looks of it after cuts. PG going to go over the handlebars. He's going to lose another position. And then Mr. Yamaha, Jacob going down at the bottom of the hill as well. Fonzo gaining some free positions there. Got to keep charging though. He's got about half a lap left to try and do anything. We've got Patter up here in P6 with Ryder in P5. I see Mr. SBS Models looking over his shoulder there, seeing if he's in any immediate danger. We could get cuts coming into play here. A lot of parts of this track are very easy to crash on, and if your bike's cartwheeling off the side of the track, you will gain cuts by mistake. But we've got JG and Jack. Hopefully they can keep it civilised with each other. There's no real need to fight each other for this 2nd place here. And Rox has pulled out a very, very comfortable lead. He is 7 seconds clear, so unless the wheels fall apart for him, he should be winning this LCQ. Jack goes up the inside of JG, securing that 2nd place, but SBS goes down in 4th. He's going to allow Ryder to go by, getting that final spot, and Patter's going to go around the outside of him as well, who gets a great drive through the next set of rollers. Doubles around the corner cleanly. Not the best low line over the tabletop though, wasn't able to get a good drive, but this is the battle for your 4th and final transfer position into the motos. Patter's going to try and go up the inside, moves over across on Ryder, blocking his line. Ryder coming up short on the double as well. Keeps her up on 2 wheels. We've got 2 corners left to go. Has Patter been gifted it from 6th up until 4th on this very, very last lap. 1 corner left to go for him, keeping it nice and smooth. Don't wash yourself up on these next bumps. And he's going to get it. No, he loses it on cuts. I don't know if he had 1 second or two, but Ryder absolutely gunning it over the finish line, leapfrogs him in position and beats him by 0.8 seconds. A very, very close finish there for the first LCQ of the year. So the final results at the line was Rox in first, JG in second, Jack in third, and then Ryder barely scraping by after cuts come into play. He gets your fourth and final transfer spot. There you go, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, Rox put a little bit of belt to ass on there. I think consistency is going to be the name of the game of these races. Ah, Mr. Kevin Fuela has said that the bad frames, even on the low version, could be due to the way that he's done the grass texturing and norms off track. So he looks like he's taken that on board and he's going to try and change that for future rounds as well. That's good to know. I always like learning weird things like that, like what would be the cause of it. Kevin's a very, very helpful man. He's the, if nobody knew, he's the one that done majority of the texturing on my Moto 101 track for me. Nizzy, you can't say that. If anybody says I'm the best at anything, it's very egotistical. I won't be doing that. Personally, I think best commentator is a toss-up between Narvo and Vox. They both have them golden voices. Downside of commentating that LCQ is everybody else in the races, or in the 450 races, would have just had a chance to get some extra practice in. Practice that I very desperately need right now. There is also a chance that during one of these two motos, a cat might suddenly jump up on the desk in front of me. So we'll have to put the controller down to move him off of it if that's the case. I don't know how I got into the opposite rhythm there, but I liked that, where I only had to single into the turn, rather than going single-single. MXGP races, it is Talon that does EU, and is it Ed? Is it Special Media? Is it Ed that does NA? To remove the number on your bike, in your customization menu, there will be a setting that's called, I think, font color, and you can change that to none, something like that. I think you can have white, black, or none. Kyle, I'm in exactly the same position as you are. It is very hard to try and keep up with the young whippersnappers that actually have good reaction times. Yeah, Cam, that Suzuki was just absolutely hot garbage. I said, what I've accidentally done to myself is where I've been riding the Yamaha a lot now, I've basically made myself worse at the game, because the Yamaha just does so much for you and is such a good bike. Whereas when I used to avoid the Yamaha and I was forced to ride the worst bikes, I could ride them better. But going from the Yamaha back to the Suzuki today, I may as well have just removed both my thumbs and been playing with just my fists instead. I have not played that poorly in a very, very long time. So hopefully, switching to the Yamaha will help me out a little bit in the races. Struggling on the track in general anyway is a lot of awkward chop, and I think it's where a lot of it's in amongst shadows and things like that. It's hard to be really smooth everywhere. Coming down the really steep downhill, as the bike's hitting all of them bumps around the corner, I generally have no idea where I'm going. Like, because the screen's shaking so much, the old eyes just can't keep up with it. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Captain. Appreciate the kind words from everybody. It makes me know that I didn't waste an entire 40 hours editing a video together and writing an 11,000 plus word script for it. I wonder what the road's going to be on for the race. That inside there is going to get really, really choppy. Oh, sorry, Aurora, I've just seen your comment as well. I'm glad you liked it too. I wish there was a way that you could still like easily play the game on those old bikes, because I think a lot of the newer players will watch that gameplay and think that it's just everybody's going really, really slow. But it was a case of people are slow and not scrubbing the piss out of everything because the bikes was that difficult to ride, where if you landed with your front end a tiny bit turned, you would just front tuck instantly and crash. So there was definitely a lot more precision needed then. It's like if you barely overjump a jump in a rhythm section, nowadays you can kind of just tank it and still carry on fine, but back then you'd get such a big Poboso bounce, you would go twice the height that you was meant to and just mess up the entire rhythm and probably go down as well. That's what we need. We need... People aren't going to like it, but we need the bikes to be worse. And by worse, I mean not as easy to ride as they are now. I think they need to have worse suspension or like a wonkier front end to actually make people slow down. Because right now, a lot of it's down to the track creators to try and build obstacles that slow people down. But it's getting into the realm of being like stupid, like with the size of the bumps and the ruts that we're having to create to do that. Whereas if the bikes were less capable, the tracks could be more mellow / more realistic. And I think it would be just better racing. Another thing that nobody thinks of is if the gameplay is slower, so like the average speed is, let's say, 10 miles an hour slower, when you hit somebody in a corner, the netcode's better. If nobody, the faster you're going, the worse the netcode and the collisions are. The slower you're going, the better the calculations are. So you can actually rub elbows with people and not get sent off to the Shadow Realm. Like, you can actually race people when it's slower as well. When it's slower, you also are able to like move around on the track and like cut down in corners. You haven't just got to follow the fastest wide open line around the entire corner. There's just so many benefits to slower paced gameplay. Thank you, Holmes. I'll probably won't be doing any donate-a-thons for quite a while. We've only just done the last one. I've done a donate-a-thon, then I pretty much had 2 months off of making any kind of content altogether. I just get so burned out from it. Not sure what to expect in the race now, really, since... Oh shit, what set was I just running? Look at this. Yeah, not sure what to expect in the race now, based on qualifying 21st and now switching bike. I think the first half of this race is probably just going to be spent trying to get a flow going and learning the track again. Well, let me check to see if the starts are start grate traction or if it's dirt traction. Let's have a look. Dirt traction. Cool. Good to know. Yeah, marathon training. I think I'll probably actually go back to the gym again tonight. I went 2 days last week and 2 days the week before that. But then this last week or so, I've basically been like cat sitting. I haven't been wanting to like leave the cat by himself at all, if like Linda's been out. But he's more settled in now and Linda's home at the moment, so we'll see.
Smiley face
yes,
emoji.
Godis it is.
Smiley face emoji.
Yes, dedicated series for British tracks that Kevin Floyd is recreating. Yes, Adam, I am. I am indeed. There's a club meeting the day before it at Hawkstone as well, which like BP usually signs up for, so we can do 2 days. I'm not sure if I'm doing it or not just yet, but yeah, I'm 99% sure I should be there on the Sunday. The issue for me is Hawkstone's quite a long way, so it depends on if I want to go and like stay overnight or, you know, book a hotel room. I'm over sleeping in little tents at this point. Hopefully I can do a little bit better at Hawkstone this year than I did last year. Last year I just don't think I should have that bad of a collision with somebody that's got good ping to me.
Oh, that's nice. I will do it next Monday. Smiley face
thank you, Godis.
emoji.
W.
Smiley face emoji.
Yeah, last year I was blowing out of my arse. But I've been riding a little bit more consecutively this year, so I might be able to hold on for just a little bit longer. Hope my Vark will be fixed in time. I had an issue with the bottom of one of the fork legs, so I had to get sent off to the suspension guy. So we'll see if that's all done and sorted in time. I actually have no idea what all the other tracks are. The only one I can think of off the top of my head, I think Canada Height's one of them, and then I think Preston Docks is one of them. What was the punishment when Villapoto threw his bike at Jason Lawrence? Or was there a punishment? Because if there was no punishment for that, I just think giving someone the bird should not be punishable in the slightest. I know they're all trying to be nice and PG and TV friendly these days, but very, very harsh. I think I'd rather take the license point than 40th gate pick. We saw what the outside gate did to Prado at Hangtown. And a little fine means nothing to them top guys anyway, the amount of money them fuckers have. I didn't mind. I didn't mind the fisticuffs. Can't think of the right word to use by it.
At Goddess MX became
W Goddess 28 months.
Goddess MX
Jeez.
28 months of membership.
Hang on, I'll finish my sentence when that's finished reading.
Time goes so fast. Smiley face emoji. See no evil monkey emoji.
I don't know the right word to use for it. Because you could use, like, annoyed, but I'm not annoyed. You could use angry, but I'm not angry. You could use disappointed, but I'm not disappointed. I don't know the right word. But I'm surprised he actually done anything back to Deegan. Because he's been doing a really good job of just ignoring him. So to then finally, like, play into it, I was like, ah, okay. Like, it's all going to go on now. Because, like, all of the Deegan antics, because he's roosted, like, he roosts people. He fucking, literally just in the last Supercross season, roosted Kitchen. I just find it's all bollocks. But then to also get that yappy and start chirping back after somebody does it back to you, I'm just like, so why is it okay for you to do it but someone else can't do it back when you blatantly know that you've blocked the fast qualifying line? Like, the tabletop before that corner that he blocked him in, he looked over his shoulder. He knew he was there, he knew what he was doing. So then start chirping again, I don't know. It's very Jake Pauler / WWE / I don't know. Yeah, he can say what he wants. It is still 6-0 to Jet in the motos. And that's what different people look at. So it's like people will take Jet even biting into it as like a little win, but to me the win is who's still winning the races. But I love how after a round where Hunter absolutely dominated and put belt to arse on anybody and everybody, we're still talking about Jet and Deegan. Like, I bet Hunter must just be loving life. He just gets to chill and do his own thing. Yeah, I'm very happy to see the Coonan brothers for an entire year next year. Right, race 1. Wish me luck. Could be a bit chaotic this, we'll see how it goes. I'm getting tagged from the left, I'm not turning right there myself at all. Oh, just been fully carried. To be fair, the aerial races are bad from people trying to turn to the tight inside from the far outside, so these races are probably going to be even worse for it. Outside there's not bad. It's the first time using that. The frames are abysmal. The frames are so bad. No reset delay. I thought there was. So I get through the first lap or two without being in like 30th. And then you can start trying to work your way through after that. I just can't believe how bad Loso's made the collisions and stuff and just the netcode. Like, the game update was meant to make it better. If anybody was here on Friday and you saw at the start of the second moto where Reed managed to ride through me whilst also being 5 feet away from me, like I just got thrown to the ground from collisions, and he didn't even touch me, I clicked that and put it in dev chat to Paboso and said this is just unacceptable in series where we're competing for prizes and money. No response. It's now 3 days later. Oh, it's going to give me a second of cuts. Oh, okay. Really didn't feel like I was going fast down that hill and it just went away from me. Not a bad crash though. Wait, I'm so much further back than I thought I was. I thought I'd made my way up into, like, at least the top 10. Okay, might have to try and lock in a little bit. I'm shocked to see Jake still riding the KTM. That was insane. I don't know if he meant to do that or if he can't see me or what, but I swear he just morphed through me. How have I done? I don't know how I've doubled to the inside. But can you guys see on stream? Like, the frame's dropping really badly. I'm feeling it. That's bad. Sorry to keep harping on, but it makes it so difficult to play when you're pressing buttons and it's not like registering your inputs because the game's freezing and delaying. Oh my god, I did not expect him to join the track that slowly. Try to hit this a bit slower this time. This hill is going to get so choppy. We'll see if the erode update stops any like death holes from forming, since that's what it was aiming to do. I mean, here I am complaining about like frames and stuff. I've got a relatively good PC. I'm sure there's people playing on a gaming laptops right now that are having a much worse time than me. Yeah, the amount of speed that Cam just hit that double to the inside with was gross. Oh, I thought the front end was going to go. She tried. Is that Wild Breezy I see in front of me? Actually, it might not be. It might be Davey. I saw a Y at the end of the name and then element. Yeah, it's Davey. But I'll say it now before it goes wrong. Much better position than my 21st in qualifying. Oh my Jesus Christ. Gonna get past up the inside again. That route's not too bad. Some really, really sharp bumps here and there that just kick you over the front of the bike. Oh, I was trying to go back to my outside line again. I didn't realise that you had to join it from there. I feel like I'm driving forwards very well over these bumps. Just let me fucking respawn. The bike's on the ground, let me pick it up. Stop spinning in circles. pretty intense racing though. Like the track, it does feel on the narrower side. And again, it's a UK track, so we ain't got all that land like America, so the tracks are naturally more narrow. Damn, Darks is up here. Love that for him. Not seen him this high up in a very long time. Good couple of years. Get the bike facing the wrong way after crashing counter going again. I've got no clue how I shouldn't save that, and I'm pretty sure if you was to ask him, he would say exactly the same thing. I was going straight over the bars. That's probably cuts if I had to guess. Face the wrong way again. I notice if it lands facing the right way, it will then pivot 180 to face the wrong way, but then if it lands facing the wrong way, it will stay there. It won't move. You couldn't fucking write it if you tried. That you get the first lap that we came up to, the two people that I'm battling with by no problem, and then turns into the most fumless divvy cunt you can imagine as I try getting past him. What? You've just been passed by two fucking lappers. Look over your shoulder. You've got a fucking blue flag. Get out of the way. I think I'm going to gain 4 points on Davey, especially when Reed's going to make an aggressive pass at some point because he's got cuts. So he has to pass me and pull away. Oh my god, boy's half a second in front of me. I'm gonna have to charge. It doesn't matter if Reed beats me on track, I should have him on cuts, but I can try and get P2 it. If I just gain half a second on boy. He's had a bit. He had a better middle sector. Jesus Christ. This track is fucked already. Like, it's just The rough makes no sense on it. Oh. I mean, that was a race for something. Third place in a race is definitely a little bit better than 21st in qualifying. Still triggered by that lapper, taking me out of my flow. I mean, I got the finish flag there, but I haven't seen anybody. So I'm guessing we're done. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to look back on chat to see what's going on, but it looks like you're just talking about real life stuff. Popping off. Yep. Yeah. Definitely. Third place is still definitely better than 21st. Definitely could have, should have, would have had second, but you know, first moto of a new championship. Take that all down, especially going down in turn 1 as well. I feel like I've done pretty good damage limitation in them first 2 laps. Track's weird though, like some of the crashes that I had, like on the big downhill, the bike just suddenly went from me when I didn't feel like I'd done anything different from the lap prior. Not that I can see the bumps anyway, where there's shadows in there and the screen's shaking all over the place because of the braking bumps. It's hard trying to find that limit, you know, I'm trying to like push to catch the guys in front of you without risking going down yourself. Looks like it's very easy to get cuts as well. Like super easy to get cuts. Do I think Deegs and the Lawrences will ever compare to Stuart Villapoto and Dungey battles? No. No, because at least they mixed it up a little bit. I just don't see Universe anytime soon where both of the Lawrences have a really bad 2 motos together and Deegan gets them overall. That might change in a couple years, but I mean, I usually don't agree with Jason Thomas on much, but I think he's right in regards to how aggressive Deegan is. Like, I think there's a limit to how fast you can go when you're that aggressive, like slamming into ruts and stuff. I think there's a limit to how fast the track will let you go sometimes. Like some tracks will allow you to go wild, but others they'll kind of cap you. Whereas when you look at like the more controlled, precise technique of the Lawrences, I think the actual technique itself allows you to go faster around the majority of tracks. I'm going to say it before somebody else says it, like, oh, but Tomac rides like that. Tomac also hasn't, like, straight up beaten both of the Lawrence brothers in an outdoors championship. Just different era, different ways of riding the bike. Thought the doc was sick, by the way. Go back and watch the 22 streams, so it was sick. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Brock. I'd like to know, I'd like to see the people that left a very, very emotionally charged, unhappy comments on the video. I would like to know or see if the opinion is the same once they've watched the entire thing. And now, don't get me wrong, the video is over an hour long. I know that 90% of people are not going to have the time or the attention span to watch an hour-long video. I just feel like a lot of the points that people were hitting on in the negative way, I talked about and touched on in the video at various points anyway. So, oh, it is what it is, but I'm glad some people enjoyed it. My ideal world, and obviously there is bias in this, because I am European, not American, therefore I have a general tendency to like the more European or non-American riders. Like, I like seeing them do well in America. My ideal world would have Lucas come in here next, or going across to America next year, and it being some iteration of both Lawrence's and Lucas, like 1, 2, and 3. Because I see a universe where that does happen. Like, I do genuinely think that Lucas is a better 450 rider than Hayden is. And he's younger than Hayden is. Yeah, Deegan's got a really, really good chance at Washougal. I know he likes that. I've not got the password for the server, unfortunately, Ryder, sorry. Callum, what are we doing here? You was running laps in between motos on Friday at Thunder Valley, and now you're logging laps here. What's happening? You just gotta debrief a little bit. You gotta unwind in between the races. Yeah, you didn't. Oh, why didn't you do the race? Weirdly enough, I don't actually see any road forming. But then I know that that really steep downhill is getting quite choppy. Like, some of the really harsh bumps are getting difficult. But, I mean, the road's on 0.07. It's pretty much what they run for aerial. I didn't even know Troy was in the race today. I haven't seen him once. Didn't see him on the qualifying list or once in the entire race. Not too many unhappy people. A little bit of bickering going on. The racing's surprisingly been good, Mike. If you saw how bad my qualifying was... Well, actually, I qualified 21st. And I just finished 3rd in race 1. So hopefully we can back that up in race 2. It's a weird track because I feel like it's hard to pass, but then also I was able to make a good amount of passes. I think because the track itself is difficult, the people that you're trying to pass are more likely to make a mistake, so then you can make the move on them. But this is definitely one of them tracks where it feels like you're racing the track rather than racing anybody else, because it's very, very technical. Right. Race 2. Clean bike. We go again. I don't know if I can do anything different on the start like I did last time, because I got a really good jump. And yeah, just where the netcode is horrendous nowadays, people just ride through each other without actually touching them on their screen. And unfortunately I was one of the ones that got touched. No neon, no one mad. I bet nobody moved over on cam on the start if there's no neon. No, not sand traction, which I was confused by. It's just standard. Standard, normal, soft soil. I think. Yeah, I'm getting hit from the left again. Before I even get to the corner. So sorry to whoever I pushed wide there. Hey, it was Jake. He just fucking... Can we give Jake a 1 or 2 position penalty, please, AMA? Because bro just gained a lot of time off the side of the track. Jake. Oh, I'm just getting fucking carried from the dog shit netcode. Like, I'm not on him anymore. Fuck me, man. Again, take me back to Beta 17, 2022, before he just fucked his game. I don't understand it. I'm not near him anymore. Oh, shit, so fucking wonky. I tried to just check up to do the right thing and the bike high-sided as soon as I landed. Where are you going? Oh my god! Oh, this is going to be the stressful one. I can feel it. Just the way the universe is working right now. See what position I'm in when I cross the line, but it ain't been good so far. Oh god. Don't have collisions. Thank you. I'll have a look on the uphill. Literally can't take my eyes off the track with how choppy and technical it is. 9th. Okay, that's a little bit better than I thought it was. 20 seconds down already though, and of course Cam got a good start. Of course he didn't get taken out by a bike that he was nowhere fucking near, again. Just so scared to go near anyone with any kind of ping. Twist the throttle, I swear, I beg. trying to get back over to the outside of that corner just to take a different line. Is that Troy? No, I was about to say that. I was about to say typical that he's gone down just after I've messed up. I was like, why can you do that first and let me by? The thing is, P2 is still very, very achievable in this race. Need to get those first couple of lap jitters out of the way and then settle in. Yes, I am. I am doing MCA here in 2 weeks. And somehow we'll still be going even slower than I am in this race here. I've got no confidence in my front end at all at the moment. It feels like it can tuck at any second over any single braking bump. Feeling like a prime Chase Sexton right now. Got Chase on my arse now as well. And I got cuts because he's ahead of me on timing. Troy, I'm going to need you to twist some grip. What have I just watched? Who is that in front of me? This has been a very interesting race. It's fucking Callum. How many cuts has Callum got? Because I'm in 9th and it says... I don't even see him on the timer. They've got collisions. Yeah, I've got like 3 seconds of cuts. Or at least 3 seconds cuts more than Aiden does. Any progress I've made this race has been undone by the most stupid of mistakes. Like, the amount of times it feels like the bike just gives up on me. Oh, I'm dead. Oh. I don't know how I'm not dead, but I should be. What the fuck is going on there? Might have stopped taking that inside at the top of the hill. Minutes to try and gain 10 seconds to get up into second place. Okay. You tell me what the fuck that was then. I've done nothing different there to every other lap. I swear to Christ, if this cat jumps up on the desk right now, this is not the time. He's in here, he's lurking. I think I've got 2 seconds of cuts more than Boyd does. Track is getting quite difficult, but I'm liking how it's developing. It's forcing me to change my lines and move over a rut here and there, just to try and stay out of the shit. There's been so many situations where I've gone down and I feel like the bike's just given up on me. And I think most of it's just hitting the side of a square edge bump with the front tyre. Oh my god, it almost went again. Oh my god. That inside right is strange. It almost feels like the bike falls through the ground. Like the front end, it just feels like it collapses down into the actual dirt. I don't feel like I'm riding on top of it. What's wrong with people? Just leave. Just go to the pits, though, if you ain't playing. Don't leave your bike on the busiest, most difficult to get going again from spots on the track. I don't think I even saw a yellow flag there, unless I'm just that locked in I didn't see one. See a yellow flag now. I caught up to Boys so easily and now he's been sat on my ass. It's like, please, just give me this second place. I would much prefer a second than a third overall. I think I'm faster in the first half of the track and then he's faster in the second half. It's going to be cut. Also transfer over the roller though. I think he might have went down. He did, I've got 2 seconds on him. Got 2 laps to go, I think. I've liked the speed of the race in this second race. It's been slowed down a lot. Because of the chop, but again, I can't see where the road is. It's like the terrain isn't changing. The bumps are forming. I can feel them forming underneath me. I can't actually see where they're forming. That's no good. That'll be those 2 seconds that I gained. Yeah, completely gone. Back to 0.3. Oh, you went down again. I gained half a second on cam in 1 sec to take a screenshot. It's never going to happen again. Oh, imagine putting hard collisions on a track in 2026 and wondering why people's games crash. Oh, love that for me. Alright, I just went and stroked the cat to chill myself out a bit. Well, there you go. That means the likelihood of me playing the rest of the series is not very high, since I'm already going to be down an entire moto's worth of points right off the bat. W game. W track. Good shit. So a potential 3-2, which would have put me second overall. I was either going to be second overall or third overall, depending on if I beat Boy or if he beat me. But that would do it for round number 1. I am going to go and pour myself a glass of some alcohol to drown my sorrows. So thank you as always for watching. I do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your nights. And I will see you on Friday at the very latest for Aerial. No, wait, are we doing Aerial? Because I got a week off. No, we're doing High Point. I mean, yeah, High Point. Anyway.